That gotta be addressed, Kim.
Can y'all hear me?
Pause.
Hold on, Joel. I think Code of Culture wanted to converse with you.
Can,
Nah, I gotta go. I gotta work. I got to.
yo,
Okay, all right, go ahead, Code of Culture. Somebody else will respond to
yeah,
you.
I can listen though, and then maybe another day.
yeah.
I'll
Okay,
listen
all
though.
right.
And y'all know that I be listening. Like I don't listen to argue. I hear what you saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Peace,
that's how
peace
you
be.
learn.
Yes, sir. So
He
yeah,
said, "Peace
so
be
All
what
right,
I
upon you."
was
That's
all
crazy.
right, Code of
Okay,
Culture,
Kim.
go
So could
ahead.
I? Okay, question. I just want to make sure about the time that I can be able to speak uninterrupted, because I've been on for 2 hours and I've seen the methodology, and people interrupt. So, do I get 3 minutes, 5 minutes? How much time to state what I wanted to state
Yeah,
for
he
the
crying
past two
already.
hours?
Yeah, he crying already.
Depending on
Hey,
how much
brother, just
sense
go
you
ahead and
make.
just go
Cap
ahead
it
and lay it
said.
out, man. Stop being afraid. Just go ahead and lay it out.
Okay. So anyway, I got on the stage when we were talking about Brother Malcolm, and there was statements made about, him being a traitor and a hypocrite. But it was good that I stayed on, and you got a chance to see the doctrines of the Nation of Islam and what they believe. And you find out that what Malcolm, when he found Islam, Orthodox Islam, and started reading the Quran and understanding the Quran, he started realizing, he understood that the doctrines that he was teaching to people, which you've just heard and you guys been my witness because you've attacked it throughout the past 2 hours, was something that wasn't real. And many people that had accepted the Nation of Islam joined it because when he joined, there was only 400. Many people joined because they believed this way, what he said. It was him being a powerful speaker. They believed in his sincerity. And so these numbers increased. But once he saw that this man was not a prophet, that Allah is not a man, that, it's not over dover, meaning they believe that when you die, there's no heaven, there's no hell, hell is here on earth. All of those doctrines were false doctrines. He realized that the Creator was real and that he was going to pay for the lies that he did unless he changed it around. So when he came back, he started speaking against the falsehood. And when he started speaking against the falsehood, then the attempts on his life started. Once the attempts on his life started, that's when you started seeing him speaking out because they started to silence him because of just what you guys been arguing with for the past 2 hours about false doctrines that they said, and they said these people say they were following the Quran. And the Quran does not say that. Do we believe in Jesus? Yes. It says Raphael, that the Allah raised them up to the heavens. And the same one that left is going to be the same one that's coming down. Do we believe in Moses? Yes. Do we believe that the people were oppressed in Egypt? Yes, we believe in it. Do we believe that Pharaoh died? Yes, Pharaoh died in the sea. And his body, in the Quran, it said his body will be reserved and it will be displayed amongst the people. And it is displayed today, 1400 years later, in the museums. So yes, we believe in that. But these people have a different doctrine. So when Malcolm came back, he knew that he was going to die because every man dies. But he wanted to get himself right with his Lord for the people that he deceived. He wanted to save the souls that were going to hell because they had that false doctrine that this is over Dover, that God was a man, that Elijah was a prophet, and all these other lies. And so that's what he did. So he's not a traitor. As
Yes, sir.
far as
So oh, I'm gonna rebut that, brother.
okay,
Yeah.
as far as the other things, there was a lot of statements that was made about the Quran. I would love to be in an intelligent way. There was a great show called The Great Debate. And I always loved it. And I wish our people would be able to debate in that methodology so we can be able to grow on ideas and build and be able to present our argument. A person checks it and says, well, are you saying this? Person clarifies, and then they go. That's development. That's how we build as a people. All this other stuff is how we destroy, you know. So go ahead, brother. Sorry.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to offer just real quick to your point about Malcolm. I'm actually getting ready to go too, so I appreciate the opportunity to speak on the stage. But as your point to Malcolm, you said when Malcolm came back, he realized that he came into true Islam. The problem with that is that Malcolm
No, I
had
didn't say that. I
already.
said he realized that he was accountable. He had gone to Hajj with the nation back in the 50s, and his name on his passport was Malik Shabazz back then.
Yes, sir. So again, what Malcolm came into the understanding of, and the reason why he said that he left the Nation of Islam is because he said that it was the wives of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right?
No, he's
But then, hold on, but this is what Malcolm said.
no. He said they
After
kicked him
you,
out.
after,
He always said that I'll let you play the videos. They kicked him out. He clearly
yeah,
said
but
he
Malcolm,
was kicked out. He loved
yeah,
Elijah.
but Malcolm did an interview stating that he was announcing his leaving the Nation of Islam. That's not the statement
No,
being kicked
no,
out.
he was
In
kicked
in
out. He was
so,
kicked out. He
but to
announced
my point,
that he was
that
joining a
he was
new.
leaving the Nation of Islam. That's what Malcolm said.
He was kicked out. Come on, brother,
That's
man.
okay.
Told you,
All
bro.
right. So we'll move past that. That's not what Malcolm said. But anyway, again, so he leaves the Nation of Islam because of the wives of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad to join Al Islam under Prophet Muhammad, who had multiple wives. I just wanted
Okay,
to,
so
to
now I
highlight
want to tap on
that part.
that. No, what happened was the thing about watch the videos. There's a whole bunch of videos. Actually, there's a program that comes on at 9 o'clock on on this same platform every Monday, and they talk about it. But they show the videos. Malcolm clearly said the issue that he had was these young girls that got pregnant used to be his secretaries. And then what happened when they came up pregnant, no one knew who their father was. And they chastised them because when we were in the nation, and I was born into the nation in 1964, when we were in the nation out of Newark, Temple 25. So when we were in the nation, if you
Praise the
were
Lord.
disobedient, if you were disobedient and you did something like that, then they kicked you out. And so several of those girls who turned up pregnant were kicked out. Now, your wives, you have to recognize this is my wife. I mean, if it's your wife, at least let the brothers around you, know, like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali had two wives. Elijah married him to the second wife. That's where he has the other daughters from. That it was honorable. They knew. But if these girls got pregnant, they got kicked out and chastised, and then they show up and come to find out their father was Elisha. That was the problem. It wasn't the fact that he had the wives. It was the fact that they got chastised.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I
But let
just
me,
didn't
I
want to
got the
go too.
receipts too right here, King Cam, for him about Malcolm splitting from the nation.
Yes,
You
yes.
want me to read it to him?
Yeah, you can read it, and then also I just wanted to add this
Hold
last
on
point
one
as well
second, please. Code
because
of
I didn't want.
culture. Hold on. How old were the girls? Code of culture. That's for you.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
another
brother.
brother,
Oh,
Jeff,
How old
and
were
they
they?
they were teenagers. They were young. They call them young teenagers. I mean, but they probably,
Well,
I mean, under
okay.
17. But
Okay.
they were
How
teenagers.
old were they?
But I
How
mean,
old were they?
they were past puberty. And,
What were
and
they?
according to
What were they?
Islam, you can marry somebody. But the thing is, it was
What
not
was their
the
name?
fact that he married him. It was the fact that they were kicked out
Bro,
and humiliated. That was the problem.
brother Cole, can you name one sister that was a teenager? Name
Okay.
one.
Look, how about this? I'll say they were grown women. I'm not. That's not the issue. The issue was
Okay,
that they was chastised and kicked out because no one. They said that these girls got pregnant, and when you're part of the nation, that was bad behavior. So
Well,
you
you
get kicked
just
out.
said
You're not supposed
16
to
though, brother.
co-op
You
president.
just said under 16 though. You just made that
Well, no,
allegation.
no.
right.
I
So,
mean, okay, well, excuse me. You know what? I'm sorry. Please remove that from the record. And what we'll have to do is investigate. But to me, the age is not the issue that I'm talking about. The fact is that they were not recognized publicly as
He
his
didn't say
wives, or at least
16. He
amongst the
said they
people.
was probably past puberty, 17, but I didn't hear 16. I did.
all right. So let me read this right quick. So, there's an interview that brother King Cam referenced with Malcolm. There's a guy named Spellman, and he asked. He said, "Why did you find it necessary to split with the Nation of Islam?" Malcolm X said, "Well, I did encounter opposition within the nation of the Nation of Islam. Many obstacles were placed in my path, not by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but by others who were around him. And since I believe that his analysis of the race problem is the best one, and his solution is the only one," he didn't say Al Islam, he said Messenger's program. He said, "I felt that I could best circumvent these obstacles and expedite his program better by remaining out of the nation and establishing a Muslim group that is an action group designed to eliminate the same ills that the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad have made so manifest in this country." Spellman asks, "What is the name of the organization that you have founded?" Malcolm X stated, "The Muslim Mosque Incorporated," which means we are still Muslims, we still worship in the mosque, and we're still incorporated as a religious body. So we have it right here. Malcolm saying that he left to found another organization. So when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad found out that he was starting his own organization, that's when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad asked Secretary Maceo of Muhammad's Temple, Temple number 7 in New York, to issue Malcolm an eviction notice out of the parsonage that he was living in. And that's why Malcolm decided, hey, well, you know what? The messenger is doing A, B, and C. So he decided to slander the messenger because he was being evicted, but he decided to create his own organization. So we gotta tell it correct.
Actually,
And
that's
Malcolm was
not
actually in the
correct
knowledge
because
of the
okay, so the
and,
thing
and he,
is the thing
hold on, I
is
just
what I
wanted to
would.
add this part too, because
Okay, sorry,
Malcolm had
sorry.
came
Go
into
ahead,
the
brother.
knowledge. Malcolm had came into the knowledge of the wives, I believe, 2 years prior to those interviews where he started to make these announcements and things of that nature. So Malcolm had this knowledge and knew of it for quite some time, 2 to 3 years, I believe. Just wanted to add that
Exactly.
too.
And one of the things was he wasn't going to say anything. He was going to leave it alone until the death threats came. The death threats started happening once he started bringing the people away from the indoctrination or the doctrine that you guys have presented for the past 2 hours. He came back from Hajj realizing, the truth of what Islam is, and that he was grievous in his actions for saying that it was based on race, that the white man was the devil because he was born a devil, as opposed to the white man being the devil because he following the actions of a devil. And anybody can be a devil. We got black devils running around. Those that follow, because the devil, Iblis, is a jinn, and he is a teacher of people through the unseen, and he teaches them how to be disobedient, and those that follow him are his followers, whatever color they are. And he realized this, and he realized that he misled people. So when he came back, that's when he started, speaking out, and also the attempts on the lives. Brother, I got videos that are seen with brothers from there blatantly talk about, going to deal with people that left the Nation of Islam. So I'm not trying to attack y'all. I didn't want to get into that. But
You
the
said
point
what?
is you guys saying that he's a traitor,
Wait. You said
a
brothers from
traitor.
you got videos of what?
Brother, this interview, this go to North, and they have in there's like a documentary, and the
Uh,
brothers is like some video, and the brothers talking about the nation on the days. But anyway, I don't want to do that because I'm not here to do that. I'm not
yeah,
here to
don't
attack
make
y'all
no sense.
because one of the things is you guys are from the young generation, and you're a different generation. The sins of your father, are not your sins. So I don't want to get into
Well,
that.
why are you
The
bringing
the,
them
the
up?
brother the brother be bringing them up because you call him a traitor.
What are you talking about?
You calling them a traitor. That's what they
Okay,
did.
so
Well,
again,
I mean,
you want to
well,
deal with
again,
what?
for
Can I hold on
yeah,
real quick? Hold on real quick.
Okay, wait. So, code of culture is your stance that the Nation of Islam has and have things some things to do with the demise of Malcolm X? I just want to hear that clear.
Every organization in America is infiltrated, and what these people from that
That's
have
not my
their masters.
question.
No,
That's
I'm
not
gonna,
my
I'm gonna
question.
finish it. I'm gonna finish it. What they are is the masters of division, and what they always do, just like they have somebody in this group, somebody on this line that's there to be able to cause division and problems, and we fall like dummies for it every time because we're so divided and we're arguing with
That's
each
not
other,
my
and all somebody
question.
got to do, that's the
No,
answer.
no, I'm
That's the
okay. So
answer.
let me re-ask. I'm just looking for a yes or no. Is your stance that the Nation of Islam has some things to do with the demise of Malcolm X? It's just a yes or no.
There is no yes or no. People that were claiming to be members of it engaged in activity that caused the demise of Malcolm X, whether it was verbal, whether
That's
it's
a
Okay,
physical.
yes.
yeah, do so.
That's a
Yeah,
I
yes.
do
mean,
listen.
you give it
Okay,
whatever
hold
you
on.
want to.
So, Kodo, if you can't stand on a no or a yes, then there's just no point of going back and forth. I think Malcolm wanted to respond, and after Malcolm, we'll
Yeah,
go
I
to
did.
Dusua.
Yeah, I did. It's just very unfortunate that we have a brother who would accuse the Nation of Islam of being quote unquote masters of division when out of
No,
any
I'm not
other.
talking about them. I said the European, brother.
Oh, okay,
The,
okay,
the, the
got you. Okay,
European.
cool,
They're
cool.
the ones that infiltrate
Hey,
every organization. You talked about the
okay,
Black Panthers.
okay,
They're doing it right now. They're
okay. So
arresting black organizations because of statements, and they're saying they're sympathizing with Russia. Because why? They infiltrate. And then all they got to do is play us against each other. They'll say, you okay? And then the next thing you know, we arguing. We shouldn't be arguing. So I'm
right,
not trying to
right,
argue because
right.
one of the things is the brothers that's on the stage, all these young brothers with the nation, beautiful brothers, you're doing work and you're sincere.
Beautiful.
So,
All
but
right.
the doctrine, I don't agree with it.
All right, thank you. Okay, Duswa. So we did change the title to satisfy the doctrine part of it, and that was like my favorite part. But Duswa, what's your take on Malcolm X? Do you think the nation has anything to do with it? I know